Hello friends, welcome to Shiksharthi. In this session, we shall be discussing numbers in the expanded form. In other words, we'll be talking about the expanded notation. So let's start. Now when we talk about a number, there are two things which come into picture. One is the face value of a number, face value, and the other is the place value. These are two important things which play an important role when we talk about the expanded form or the expanded notation of a given number. Now when we are talking about the expanded form, let us first take the numbers in terms of how many digits are we using in that number. So when we write a number is always written from the right hand side to the left hand side. Meaning thereby, when I say that the number is always written from the right hand side to the left hand side, what am I referring to is first comes the tens placed digit, which is denoted by T. So when I say that I am writing a number, hello friends, welcome to Shiksharthi. In this session, we are going to talk about the expanded notation of the given number. So let's start. Now, we have divided this session into two parts or more than two parts, wherein in the first part we are going to talk about natural numbers. Now when we talk about natural numbers, then the numbers are written from the right hand side to the left hand side. For example, if I have to write a number like 123, this is how the number is written. I mean, though we write it from the left hand side to the right hand side, but then when the number is written in its expanded notation, then we start off from the right hand side of the number first and then we go ahead. For example, if we have written 123, this 3 is nothing but the units placed digit. This is the units digit. This 2 is nothing but the tens placed digit. You are placing it in the tens place. So this is the tens placed digit. Then when we are talking about 1, this is nothing but the hundreds placed digit. So this is nothing but the hundreds place. Now if I would have written, if the length of the number, if I say what is nothing but, I mean, if I say the length of the number is decided by the number of digits used in the various places. The length of the number is decided by the number of digits used. Number of digits used. Number of digits used means we are basically talking about how many places have been used. How many places. And from which place do we start? We start from the units place. The second place which comes into picture is the tens place. The third comes the hundreds place. The fourth is the thousands place, and so on. So the next discussion which comes into picture here is the place value and the face value of the given number. So when you're talking about the place value and at the same time you're talking about the face value, let us see what is the meaning of these two terms, the place value and the face value. For this, let us start off with the place value first. So I'm just rubbing this out and then we'll just bring it back again. So face value is nothing but the name of the digit used in that place. Name of the digit used in that place. That here refers to that place. Which place are we talking about? Units place, tens place, hundreds place, etc. Before we go ahead, there is one more name that sometimes you would see, many books that you would refer to would talk about the units place, or they may label the units place as ones place or ones placed digit. So for example, in 123, and for further discussions, what we will be doing here is we will be using FV for face value. Before I go ahead taking an example for this and giving a further clarity on this topic, let me talk about the place value. Now, the place value refers to how many times the digit has been used in that place. How many times has that digit been used in that place? How many times a digit is used in that place? For example, if I say you take any number in the units place, and as I said that we'll be taking some examples also to understand this better, and for further discussions we'll be taking place value as PV. So let me take the same example that I have taken, 123. So when I have taken 123, I know that the units digit is 3, the tens digit is 2, and the hundreds digit is 3. So when I am talking about the face value of the units digit, I am talking about the face value of the units digit. And by now we already know the definition of face value. The definition of the face value is nothing but the name of the digit used in that place. So in that case, that will be 3. Analogously, when you say face value of the digit used in the tens place, or the face value of the tens digit, tens placed digit, I can also use a terminology like face value of the tens place, or I can talk about the face value of the digit in the tens place, or I can say the face value of the tens placed digit, which is a combination of both the discussions that I have done. So in this case, I know that the digit which appears in the tens place is 2. So you would see that this discussion is fairly easy and understandable. Similarly, hundreds place. What is the face value of the hundreds placed digit? And we know this is nothing but the name of the digit, which is 3. In short, finally giving this a very kind of a concrete conclusion, Face value is independent of the place in which the digit appears, which is why the face value of a digit appearing in any place, whether it is units place, tens place or hundreds place, it will just be the name of that digit. But when we talk about the place value, so I'll take the same example, 123. In that case, I know that units digit is 3, which will be written as 3 into 10 to the power 0, which is just like saying how many times is that digit used in that place. So which is only one time, which is 10 to the power 0, which is why sometimes we call the units placed digit as once placed digit. Similarly, the tens place is a 2. Now the place value, if I have to write this, the place value will be 3 into 10 to the power 1. That means how many times has 3 been used in the tens place is decided by 10 to the power 1. Here it is decided by 10 to the power 0. Similarly, when I am talking about the hundreds placed digit, how many times have I used it in the hundreds place? I have used it 10 to the power 2 times, which is 100 times. So, place value of the units placed or the units digit is how much? 3. The place value of the tens digit is how much? So the place value of the tens digit is, you have used 3 how many times? So incidentally, I just made a small mistake here. We had to write this as 2. So this is how many times have we used it? So we have used it 10 times. So this becomes 20. The place value of the hundreds digit or the hundreds placed digit is how much? 1 has been used 100 times, which is why 123 in its ideal format will be written as 100 plus 20 plus 3, which in any case is known as the expanded notation of 123. Finally, taking our learning to the next level, if somebody would have given me a 4-digit number 1, 2, 3, 4, and now combining the discussion of the place value and the face value, 4 is the units placed digit, 3 is the tens placed digit, 2 is the hundreds placed digit, and 1 is the thousands placed digit. So the expanded notation is 1 appears how many times? 1000 times, so it is 1 into 1000. 2 appears or is written how many times? 100 times. 3 is written 10 times, and 4 is written once. This is ideally the expanded notation of 1234. In words, if I have to write it down, I'll write it as, if I have to write it down in the place value format, I'll say it has 1000s, it has 200s, it has 3 tens, and finally it has 4 units or 4 ones. This is how we write it in the word format. Otherwise, if you have to write it conventionally, you can write it as 1234 is how you write it conventionally.